For a few seconds, there was no need to explain it. No history, no old disappointments, just the sound of a team realizing that the door had finally opened. CSM Bucuresti were going back to the Raiffeisen Bank EHF FINAL4, but this was not only a qualification, it was the end of a wait. 10 years after CSM climbed to the top of Europe and 8 years after their last EHF FINAL4, the club had learned how heavy waiting can become. For years, the quarterfinals had felt like a wall. Close enough to believe, far enough to hurt. Then another chapter closed. Christina Niagu retired from CSM. For years, she had been more than a player. A force, a reference point, a center of gravity. After her departure, the question changed. Not only can CSM return, but who are CSM now? Under Bojana Popovic, the answer came in the details. Earlier contact, cleaner spacing, more responsibility. CSM began to look less like a collection of names and more like one idea. Not a team built around absence, a team built around connection.
Sometimes it's good to lose something and then you get some extra motivation to do something that you didn't do in so many years.
Inside that change, Elizabeth Omoregie carried the longest memory. She arrived in Bucharest in 2018, the season after CSM last reached the EHF FINAL4. Since then, she has lived the rebuilds, the near misses, the quarter-final exits. Now in her final season, she was not just part of the story, she was its witness.
Oh, it means a lot, because every time we were so close and in the end, for so little we didn't make it.
The quarterfinals gave CSM one more meeting with the wall, Team Esbjerg. Esbjerg had often stopped CSM in the EHF Champions League quarterfinals, always going on to reach the EHF FINAL4. After the first leg, CSM were 1 goal down, 25-26. Not finished, not safe. But in Bucharest, they did not play like a team afraid of history. They played like a team that had just learned from it. The defense was sharper, the decisions came faster, the bench never felt outside the game. 37-27. CSM had not only beaten Esbjerg, they had beaten the version of themselves that kept reaching this point and stopping. This is why the story is not a simple road to the Raiffeisen Bank EHF FINAL4. It is a team after Niagu, a team under Popovic, a final season for Omoregie, a group discovering that the answer was not in one player, but in all of them.
I think we just found our identity. I just think it's maybe a new energy and each of us feel important.
Game by game, CSM became clearer, less trapped by what had been lost, more certain of what had been built. Budapest is not the completion of this new identity, it is the test of it.
Game by game we were better and better.
CSM are not going to Budapest to remember who they were. They are going to show who they have become.